effect is the wonderful Jack Yallop. Are you ready for Jack Yallop? Jack!
Hello. I'd like to start off with some good news. I'd like to announce that I've just become a very proud father. He's actually 6 years old, he's absolute shit for the first child, so I'm not which is good. When I was really young, I asked my mum, I said, Mum, where did babies come from? And she said, babies come from when two people are in love. I thought, shit, I'm adopted. When I was really young, my mum used to tuck me in, because she really wanted a daughter. I'm a child. Now, the thing is, I used to go to strip clubs, and my mum found out about it, and she hated it. She's like, why are you missing it? Work! I once had a lap dancer that was 9 months pregnant, ladies and gentlemen. 9 months pregnant. Her belly was out here. What was worse is I accidentally felt the kids had to pay for 2 dances. Once went to Amsterdam, spent money on one of the most really expensive prostitutes, or sex workers, sorry. I knew that she was a high-class sex worker because instead of giving me crabs, she gave me lobsters. Not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, it's very nerve-wracking to be up here, very nervous, a little bit shaky. Obviously, I had to do things to prep for this gig that I wouldn't normally do, to help me mentally. Like I started doing yoga to calm me down, meditation, Zumba, jogging. I even did the one where you put the needles in your body. It's heroin. I used to have a cocaine problem, but I overcame it through poverty. Timing. Now, have we got any smokers in it? Is there any other smokers? Yay, one person and me, great. Healthy audience tonight, love it. Because apparently, every time you smoke a cigarette, it takes 9 minutes off your life. 9 minutes. And every time you eat a piece of bacon, that takes 7 minutes off your life. So that's true. According to my calculation, I should be dead in about the year 1812. It's weird doing a gig in a nightclub, I'm not going to lie. I've heard of cage dancers, but whatever these blue bollocks things that are hanging above me, you would think you'd expect dancers to be in there. They're actually, they're just not voting for it. You're all doing that good, Crystal? Dead. Oh, yeah. Has anyone actually been to prison before? People. I actually went the other night, and it was weird. It's not one of those things which you can punch to test your strength. What are they called? Chavs? Apparently you can tell how good someone is at sex by judging how good they are on the dance floor, which makes perfect sense, because I like to dance by myself. 5 minutes. And then I need a nap. Sorry guys, sometimes I pick arguments with myself just for the makeup sex. Guys in the audience, have you ever masturbated so much that a load goes over your shoulder? And here's a guy behind you at the cinema. The guy behind you thinks it's 3D. Get kicked out of Disney's Frozen. Again. Guys? You know it's bad when you watch so much pornography that Pornhub once emailed me asking, have you considered finding Jesus? I replied back saying, what category's he in? Apparently it's bondage. It's weird, the orgasms and then he ejaculates 3 days later, it's weird porn. For charity. Right, Mum. No, it's weird because they tell you in the audience to relate to the audience. Try and talk about things that we may have in common with each other. I don't know, you sir, you probably breathe air like I breathe air, and you madam, you probably shit like I shit. And you say you've made love to an older woman outside in the graveyard, and every time the moonlight bathes her face, she's aged about 5 years, and you realise you actually ejaculated and fucking the skeleton corpse, yeah? Just like you. What from here? Sorry, I don't know what I'm going for. So I realise it's quite an unhealthy guy me because I wear baggy clothes because I'm quite self-conscious about my image. Like for example, it's weird being like skinny because like if I had ginger hair, the complexity of my skin, how pale and skinny. If I had ginger hair, I would literally look like a lit spliff. Like I don't call it skinny dipping, I just call it dipping. Okay. I got sunstroke once just by looking at jerk chicken. Okay, that's how bad it is. So I'll list a few animal facts because I love making lists of animals and I love finding out facts about them. Like, for example, do you know what the 5 most aggressive animals in the world are? You've got the Cape buffalo, you've got the honey badger, you've got the hippopotamus, you've got the black mamba, and you've got my mum bursting for a piss after coming home from a Christmas Day shopping. Don't want to be there. Another couple of facts. Fact number 1, ducks have corkscrew-shaped penises. Fact number 2, I'm banned from the wine store. When I was actually telling my girlfriend that I was going to do this gig, the first thing she said was, "You better not stand up there and tell jokes about me." I was like, "Okay, fine, can I do jokes about my ex?" She went, "Yeah, that's okay." So, doctor. Apparently I was very bored on our first date because when we met at a restaurant, before I even said a word, she came in for the first time I met her and I leaned in and I kissed her on the vagina. Anyway, I shall leave you with a little tiny story that I said, kind of similar to do with the animals, where once I was at this petting zoo and there was this little boy there looking at some of the animals and he said to his mum, "Look mum, there's two gooses." I thought, no, that's not quite right, let's try and teach them about the plural side of animals kind of thing. So as this mum kind of like looked away, I kind of like leaned down and said, "Hey mate, I'm just going to tell you how you really say it. For example, if you have more than one animal, if you used to say you have a mouse and you have another mouse, they're called mice. If you used to have a wolf, and you have another wolf, they're called wolves. And if you used to have a boyfriend, and you have another boyfriend, then you're called a horse, Sarah, an unfaithful disease-spreading whore, who slept with my brother on our wedding day of all places, which makes family meals really awkward, and you frankly succumbing to drinking, smoking, alcohol abuse. I binge-watched Gilmore Girls whilst eating Frankie and berries all the time. What is going on in my life? I yearn death, but hearing breast me warm and swift. And if you have a goose and have another goose, they're called geese.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
What's the next? Thank you so much.